Qatar today and the global updates. Saudi up oil prices when it comes to GCC. Saudi Arabia raising prices for its crude shipment to Asia and the US next month after OPEC Plus extended supply constraints, pointing to a tightening physical market. Local retail investors and foreign institutions lift Qatar Stock Exchange. The Qatar Stock Exchange on Monday overcome the initial technical glitches to finally close 48 points higher, mainly by local retail investors and foreign institutions. Barwa eyes development land stock to boost revenues in 2021. Barwa Real Estate Company is keen to increase revenues by a balanced mix of operational projects, which meets the needs of Qatar real estate market and lower risk potential as a part of its plans to be achieved in 2021. Qatar Electricity Water Company plans new plant in 2027, is planning to build a new plant in 2027 with a production capacity of 2,600 megawatt of electricity, 100 million gallons per day of water. When it comes to Hamad Port, many projects have been awarded. The business year has presented an award to recognize Hamad Port as an economic diversification project of the year in a ceremony attended by the Minister of Transportation Communication, His Excellency Jassim Saif Ahmad Al Sulaiti. QCB in the process of issuing security controls applicable to fintechs. The Qatar Central Bank is in the process of issuing information security controls that will be applicable to all the fintech segments following the launch of the National Information Security Standards. That's a framework by the Ministry of Transportation and Communications. And Qatar Gas complete NFB offshore living quarters expansion projects. Qatar Gas announced completion of its North Field Bro NFB, a living quarters expansion project, which provides an additional 90% accommodation facility to offshore operations. When it comes to Barwa, shareholders approve a dividend distribution of 0.125. Barwa Real Estate Company held its ordinary General Assembly meeting on Monday after the completion of the quorum required for the meeting that reached 57.05%. The ordinary General Assembly approved the proposal of the Board of Directors to distribute cash dividends at the rate of 0.125, 12.5% of the nominal value of the shares, with a total of 486.4 million. MENA sees an accelerated shift towards digital enhancement due to COVID-19. The damage to physical media spending, from cinema box office to taking into concerts, corporate events and newspapers and magazine advertising, means revenues in the region are expected to fall by 8.3% to 19.7 billion. Our spending is estimated gradually recover to 2019 levels based on successful COVID-19 vaccine being widely available in the region and continue to grow from 2022 onwards. Overall, entertainment and media revenues are expected to increase by 3% in the region between 2019 to 2024, exceeding the 12% forecast globally. Women representation in Qatar energy industry vital for future. NG officials, women representations in Qatar becoming energy industry will vital for the future of the country, which world's top LNG exporter aims to build a diverse workforce to meet new challenges amid growing global energy demands, an official from the French energy giant NG has said. Centralized security operations paramount for business. Need and necessity to prevent major cyber crimes and adoption of the centralized security operations in business is paramount, said an expert addressing a webinar that highlighted the importance of cybersecurity operations center. It's very important. You need a pool of talents. The Ministry of Transportation and Communications recently organized a webinar titled Dive into Next Generation Cybersecurity Operations Center. Very important. The webinar introduced a comprehensive approach to collect different views and mention in the joint state-of-the-art or the next generation of SOC environment. QBIC announces opening of registration for third wave of LMP. the MENA region's leading mixed-use business incubator. Qatar Business Incubation Center has announced that registration for the third wave of the Lean Manufacturing Program is now open and will run May 20th. When it comes to global market, Jordan Group equities soar after 5.5 billion buyout of unit. Now, COVID-19 travel insurance becoming a vacation staple. Insurance policies are increasingly joining passport and sunscreen as a vacation staples, creating opportunities for insurers as more countries require mandatory coverage in case of visitors fall ill from the coronavirus. BMW CFO brushes off Apple car threat, says there is a message for Apple Incorporated, bring it on. The German luxury car maker is well placed as electrification and alternatives to private vehicle ownership transform into auto industry. The CFO, Nicholas Peters, said in an interview. Asian markets fall. Asian markets mostly fell yesterday as persistent inflation fear overshadowed forecasting US jobs and Senate approval on the huge stimulus budget. Brent crude broke $70 for the first time since January last year after an attack on energy facilities in Saudi Arabia. Global market is concerned by surging treasury yields. The US 10-year yield is nearly 1.6% at the beginning of this week. Last week, the 10-year US Treasury jumped about 1.6% after February jobs reported topped expectations. S&P 500, Dow advanced a stimulus bill gets sentenced nod. S&P 500 and Dow climbed on Monday, led by stocks poised to benefit most from an economic rebound as US Senate passed the $1.9 trillion relief aid. So oil surged above $70 as the economy recovers. Brent crude on Monday surpassed $70 per barrel for the first time over a year, gaining $1.14 to $70.47. It surged 2.62 on Friday. US crude benchmark added 1.1. It's all happening, and we are also seeing extraordinary set of challenges for the emerging markets who consumes huge amount of oil, and they're importing predominantly. GameStop's jumps again as retailer eyes digital shift. GameStop took a step towards a more digital future, naming an activist investors to lead company efforts to push more of its business online. The stock, which has become the focus of federal regulators after online traders challenged more institutional investors and sent shares guiding wildly, jumped 12% in early trading. Asian LNG price edge higher on Indian Chinese demand. The Al Attiyah Foundation Asian spot LNG prices edge higher last week, boosted by spot prices from Chinese and Indian buyers through ample supply of, the average LNG price April delivery to the Northeast Asia was estimated about 5.7 per MMBTU, about 10 cents from the previous week. The prices of cargoes delivered in May were estimated about 5.8 MMBTU. So these are the major developments as of 9th March 2021.